It's March 29 and some of the annuals are on their way out and some are just starting to kick up into gear. These are the cosmos that I sowed a few months ago and they're starting to get a little tired. Partly it's my fault. I haven't been good about deadheading the spent flowers. And in this area here are the zinnias that I planted a few weeks after the cosmos. Here's some more cosmos. Here's some tomato plants. You can see that there's some baby tomatoes emerging. More zinnias here. These snapdragons are on their way out and I haven't been very good about cutting them, so I've just been letting them hang out here. You can still see some more flower spikes though coming up. These are the Marley sunflowers and they are starting to come into bloom here. This one, and they're more of a dwarf sunflower, so they don't get very tall, like maybe 2 to 3 feet. Here's some more zinnias, some cinnamon basil. This is my patch of cress. And these are my straw flowers. This plant here is another dahlia from last year that I saved the tubers. You can see that there's gonna be a bloom coming up soon. I had this fabric pot a few years ago and I decided to take it out and use it. So I have growing in here some French marigolds, which are starting to bloom or produce buds actually. And I have my zinnias and I mixed in with some more cosmos. And this is a lone tomato plant. It does tend to dry out, so I do have, and I have to fill it up, a clay pot with water to provide some moisture, and I did cover the top with some hay, and it's been holding on with the moisture pretty good, and it helps because we've had several days of rain off and on. This middle area is just assortment of different plants. Olive tree, another olive tree here. There's my agapanthus and it's starting to bloom. Here's a blueberry bush. This plant here is very special. It is called the ohia lehua, and this particular one has red flowers. There are some others that have yellow flowers, and it has a lot of significance in Hawaiian culture. There's been a big problem on the Big Island where whole forests of ohia lehua have been decimated, so I'm hoping to have it grow really well here. This is the pond that I made last year in July, and the aquatic plants have been doing really well here. See, there's the water hyacinth here, and then they have horsetails. There is some algae growth here, but if you lift it up, that patch, the water's pretty clear. I have some pennywort, as well as some lilies and dwarf papyrus. So it's coming along very well. There's a lot of activity actually around and in the pond. I have a fighting fish in here. I've seen dragonfly nymph in here, as well as aquatic snails. There's bugs that like to glide along the surface of the pond. So very happy with how it turned out. I still have some pond liner that's exposed, so I'm just trying to figure out what to put on it to cover it. Hey, Nuggy. Yes. I have several citrus trees growing on my property, and this one is a Meyer lemon tree. And because of the rain and the warming temperatures, it's starting to really flower. So that's a really quick update of what's going on in March.